Okay, Blast Process viewers, and here we are at the UK Games Expo 2018, and this is a special preview press night, and we're at Boom Studios with their Big Trouble in Little China, the game, with the designers. So it's quite noisy here, so apologies in advance, but we'll see what happens. So, for the benefit of the tape, sir, your name, rank and serial number.
My name is Boris Polanski. I'm one of the designers of Big Trouble in Little China, the game, co-designer with Chris Batarlis. We're both huge fans of the film, and I'd love to tell you a little bit about our game here.
Please do.
So, it's a cooperative game. It plays 1 to 4 players. The front of the board is Chinatown. It's all the locations from the film, painstakingly recreated, all the little details and all the little locations, Action's tour bus, Gracie's apartment, the restaurant where you plan and scheme in the back of the restaurant, the black market where you gamble and do other shady things. And on the front of the board, you work together to go on quests. We have main quests and we have side quests. Each character has their own main quests, and then there's a whole slew of side quests that everyone can go on. You go on these quests and you do battle with minions, you collect rewards, and you level up your characters with chi. And that gives you unique upgrades that each character can get. So the character becomes more powerful, he becomes more epic, more cinematic. Yeah. And the way you take actions in the game is you roll action dice. You roll these dice, and then based on what you roll on the dice, you allocate them to your board to take the actions.
Oh, I see. The dice actually fits into your board character profile.
The dice actually act like a currency. So you can choose to spend 1 die to do 1 action, or you can spend 3 dice to do a large version of that action. So if you're doing a combat against a little guy and you think, okay, I can take him, I only need 1 die, you can do that. Or if you're doing a combat against a boss like Lightning here, and he's a lot tougher, you go, you know what, I'm not going to chance it, I'm going to use all my dice to do my combat action. So you decide how you want to take your actions. And then certain upgrades and special abilities will give you more dice to roll. But it's not all dice rolling. We do have a fun mechanic that's called the Fate Track. These are pre-rolled dice, and what they have on them are bonus and better versions of what you would normally get on your action dice. And they're free to take. You can take 1 per turn. So let's say you're doing a combat, you need to roll 4 successes, but you only rolled 3. So you can grab this guy and add him to your total. And that's an automatic success. You did it, you overcame the big boss, great. However, at the end of your turn, you gotta roll it, and then you slot it into the open slot on the Fate Track. And based on what you rolled, you either get an all clear or pay the price. Now I rolled well, I got a 2 mine here, which is all clear, nothing happens. 50-50 chance though. I could have rolled the Wild Dragon there. Pay the price. 3 damage to all other heroes. So it's a fun push your luck mechanic where you know what you're going to get up front, but you don't know what's going to happen if you take it. So it lets you do bigger, grander things that makes the game feel more cinematic. So you level up, you gain audacity, and then you flip Big Trouble cards, which raise the Big Trouble track. Depending on which one fills up first, it will end Act 1. And the board flips over to Act 2. And on the back of the board is Lopan's Lair. You can't really see it too well here, but it's 3 levels, the main arena, the office levels, and then the sewer levels. And the back of the board plays more like a boss battle. So you've leveled up your characters, you got new abilities, and now you go and face off against the Storms and Lopan and all of his minions to see if you can do it in time.
Right. So that's where the cooperative function really kicks in.
So on the front, it's a little bit more sandbox. People can help each other, they can work separately. You can earn chi by killing bad guys, you can earn chi by completing quests. But on the back, you all work together to fight Lopan. There's no player elimination in the game. When a character dies, when his health reaches 0, you just draw a hell card. Okay. And these are, for the most part, bad things that happen. They're cards you either discard or keep, and they offset your character stats. So they're bad buffs, like in a video game.
Okay. Yeah.
You can clear them, or they might stay. You can get new ones. They're meant to be fun. Your health would reset, and you would go on. So there's no player elimination. Also, dying raises the Big Trouble track, obviously, so it's not good to die, but that's the general idea of how the game works.
Right, so you've managed to...
Let me mention one very important thing.
The rule book.
Yeah, the quests, which each character has their own quests, are all written out in this 90+ page quest book. The quests have choices that you make, so you go in and you are faced with the same story elements that you're familiar with in the film, but you get to decide, do I do what happened in the film? Do I do something different? A little bit of a different flavor? And we've written a lot of extra content for things that didn't happen, but might have happened in the background. We added stories from Margot and Eddie, so they really made them more playable characters. And we really put a lot of work into this quest book to really give it a lot of replay value.
Well, indeed, because obviously if you can sort of deviate from the actual main cinematic story, it's probably fairly limitless what now can actually happen.
Correct.
Yeah.
And depending on what you do on the front of the board will actually impact how the back plays. So let's say you go on Jack's quest and you complete it. When you do the setup on the back, you will take the quest card that corresponds to the showdown, and based on whether it's complete or not complete, you will set up differently on the back.
Oh.
So each playthrough will generate a different end scenario.
Right. So you pretty much guarantee that every game will be scenario different, unless you're very, very unlucky.
I played one that was the same, so
yes.
And we've played it quite a few times.
So what's the sort of playing duration for this, typically?
It's 2 hours. It's about an hour and a half on the front with about 30 minutes on the back.
Right. And what sort of age range do you think it's based at?
14 plus, because we do have, the movie is an R-rated movie, and we were pretty faithful to the movie.
Faithful to the movie. I can also say that it's a very nice presentation. That the board obviously is flat, but it looks 3D.
Yep.
And you've got some very nice little miniatures of all the main characters.
Yes, we put a lot of details into these miniatures. If you take, I don't know if you're able to really get a close-up look on Jack, but you can actually see his t-shirt design in the miniature.
Yeah, you can see it. I can anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get the camera to focus on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really put a lot of painstaking details into these minis because we knew we had to do it right because we are such big fans of the film.
Right.
In fact, all of the art we really are proud of.
And obviously this is the game is currently available, isn't it? It's just recently
It is all about the show.
Yeah.
We are selling it here, and it'll be in retail later this month.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
And shake hands.